Talk with Samuel.
I'm Samuel, and Tori.
I'm Tori. Today we are going to be focusing on an article we found by Ginny Writes, and it is an article titled "The Problem with Cosplay Lookalikes."
Yes. She talks about a bunch of different stuff. I've got a computer down here, that's why I keep looking down, but yeah. She talks about just not the problems of looking like a character who you're cosplaying as, but more like how other cosplayers react to someone in positive and negative ways.
So basically, they're saying like, should you cosplay a character that you happen to look like versus a character that you really love?
Right. She says you shouldn't be forced to only cosplay people that you look like, which some people, I guess, think you should.
Yeah. Now, in her article, she kind of speaks more like, if you happen to look a lot like an actor. So this mostly applies to shows, not cartoons or anime.
Right. More like TV shows.
Movies,
like she mentions Game of Thrones a lot because that's what she does, and also like Guardians of the Galaxy and the Hobbit movies.
So if you happen to look a lot like a character, she's saying there's some kind of like drawbacks. Not a drawback. I mean, if you happen to look a lot like your favorite character and you want to cosplay them, that's super.
Right.
But
she
some
mentions
people...
three different. She specifies three different problems with it. Problem one: if you don't look like someone, you're not popular.
Mm-hmm. All right. Which I can see, but also...
Right. It makes... The thing is, your face shouldn't really be the focus
your
of the
skills in costuming.
Yeah, it's your cosplay skills. I mean...
I think it also... So she's speaking very generally. Like, if your face looks less like, Bilbo Baggins than this other guy who looks a lot more like Bilbo Baggins, he's going to be a lot more popular. But what she didn't even talk about is, like, if your body type isn't the same, or if you're not the right height, or if you're not the right gender.
Skin tone. Skin
tone. All these different things can really lead people to thinking your costume isn't as good as somebody else's just because you don't look like the character.
Right, and that shouldn't be the...
It's such a bummer.
Yeah.
It didn't used to be like that at all. It's a lot more prominent now. What I think is interesting is, like, really popular cosplayers, they don't have to look anything like the character, and people still love their costume.
And that's,
like Yaya Han, she's Asian, and she does all sorts of characters. Nobody cares, because she looks great.
And that's what she's saying in her blog post, that you shouldn't have to look like who you're cosplaying as, that it's all about the technique and your skill as a costumer and cosplayer and your sewing abilities that should be the draw to your cosplay. I mean, that's what cosplaying is. It's costume work, not...
Look-alike work.
Yeah, it's not a look-alike contest. Well, I mean...
It is tricky, though. And I do... See, one thing I've always felt personally is, like, I won't cosplay a character, no matter how much I love Vincent Valentine. I'm probably never going to cosplay him because I'm too short, I'm too thin, I'm not the... Like, I could probably pull off his face okay. I don't know, he's got a lot skinnier of a face, and so it feels really like no matter how much money I spend on making his costume, it's probably a $600 to $1,000 costume. I'll spend all that money, and then in the end, I'll feel like I just don't look like him. And for me, it's really important to look like the character as much as possible. So I always just tend to pick characters that I think I can pull off really well, that I also love.
Right. Yeah, she isn't, in her article, she isn't really talking about body type or anything like that. She's mainly focusing about, I mean, that fits into everything, but she's mainly talking about your actual facial appearance.
And it is sad, like, that just because you happen to be born with, like, the perfect face to look like a certain person, their costume's automatically going to be more popular than yours, even though you spent a lot of time, like, making this great costume. And that's just the way it is.
Right.
Not everybody gets recognition for their costume.
Yeah, she says, this can make people who don't look like the character they cosplay feel like their work isn't worthwhile or isn't impressive. Which, I mean, that's a really good point.
I don't know. It's so hard. I want to cosplay Vincent Valentine so bad. So bad.
Right.
But, like you said, I'll just feel like, why? I should have spent my money on a costume. Mm-hmm. The character I can actually look like.
She goes on to talk about problem number 2, which is you should cosplay blank instead.
Which is, like, the worst thing you could say.
Yeah.
To somebody who spent all this time and money.
You don't really look like
Bilbo Baggins.
You should cosplay Gandalf instead. I mean, yeah, they're two completely different people, but...
Seriously, though. Cosplay who you want to cosplay. Even if, like, I won't cosplay just because I don't think I look like them, but if I love the character enough, I'll just do it. If you love them, just do it. That's what cosplay started as. That's what it was in the beginning. Like, you liked a character, and you wanted to be that character, and so you were, and you should just do that.
Just do it!
Just do it!
Just do it!
She's saying in her article that this can kind of discourage people from cosplaying who they want to cosplay. Mm-hmm. And like we said, you should just do it because you want to do it. But there's this culture right now where you want to get likes and you want to get famous and you want people to see how much work you put into this.
Yeah, and people think you have to have the perfect body, the perfect look for specific roles.
And it's just not true.
And some people who she's mentioning tell you that. They say, oh, you should be someone else instead. And she's saying it's very dismissive and it's
discouraging.
Yeah.
And that's not what this is about.
Yeah, cosplayers should be encouraging to each other.
You really should. If you're not encouraging, if you're a Debbie Downer, you should change your ways.
Yeah.
So, do you think that people in general now kind of will think that your costume isn't very good if you don't look just like the character?
It depends on what character you are, I think. But that goes for everything, really.
I mean, even if you take it out of a context where you're trying to look like an actor in a movie, you could apply it more broadly to, like, anime and everything. There are some people who just have, like, really cute faces and can really pull off the cute anime girl look or the very, like, bi-shonen male look. So what if you're, like, a buff guy, you know, you're just you're a regular-looking guy, and you want to cosplay from Ouran High School Host Club, and you don't have that, like, bi-shonen, beautiful, like, almost feminine face.
Right.
Will people not like your costume anymore?
They shouldn't. It should be more about your cosplay and how much work you put into it and your technique and style that you put into it.
I'll be excited to see a Tamaki, whether you have stubble or whether you have a perfect bi-shonen woman face.
And sometimes if you don't have the perfect face for it, it can make it just that much funnier. Like,
that's true.
Like, if you're someone with a big beard, like the guy, there's the guy who does Finn the Human.
Oh, yeah.
And he's got the big beard, and he's all buff, and he's got the tattoo. I mean, he made it into his own character, but the thing is, his face, he doesn't look anything like. Yeah. He doesn't look anything like it, but he's so great as
he's gonna cosplay Finn whether he looks like Finn or not.
Exactly, and he owns it.
It's awesome because Finn is like supposed to be what, 12?
Something like that.
This guy's got to be like 27, 30.
At least.
It's perfect. It's the best Finn costume I've ever seen. And
Easily.
He doesn't look anything like Finn.
Yeah, so that's one example.
I wish if we can find his picture, we'll put it.
I can easily find his picture.
Here. Oh, can you?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's the best, so people love him. See?
Yeah.
Just be the best. You don't have to look like them. Just do your best, and people will love it.
And don't let people get you down by saying, that's not right for you. You should be doing someone else.
Because they're part of the problem.
Exactly.
So you're not.
We'll put a link below with the article so you can find it and read it and let us know what you think.
Yeah,
Comments,
I think it was a pretty interesting article.
Yeah, we want to know your opinions on it. I read it and I was like, oh, this is... Someone's saying this.
Someone's talking about this.
Hurrah!
It's important. So
yeah,
we'll put
needs
that
to be
right
said.
there.
So yeah, let us know what you think.
So this episode, we have a new This Cosplay Exists, and it's a really good one this time.
And this week for This Cosplay Exists is No Face from Spirited Away, but they made No Face sexy.
With a little bit of leg.
Yep.
I didn't think it could be done. Essentially, No Face is a sheet with a mask.
And that's all it is, but look at that. I mean...
Cosplay creativity knows no bounds.
Exactly.
And we can't tell if this is a woman's leg or a really good-looking man's leg.
Yeah, I can't tell.
It's a great leg. We can't find the cosplayer. If you happen to know them
yes.
or have heard of them.
Yeah, if you know who it is or if it's you.
We want to
please let us know.
The owner of that great-looking leg.
Yeah. It's hilarious. Who comes up with these types of things?
I know, it's like last time I was talking about, like, how do you think up Taco Bell?
Yeah.
Where does this inspiration strike you to...
Sexy No Face. Oh
sexy
my gosh.
No Face. It's
brilliant,
super great.
though.
I love it.
Yeah. Fishnets and the
high
heel.
And somebody put on, I think it was on Tumblr, they wrote underneath, and they're like, when you want to be a mysterious spirit, but you a hoe.
Oh my gosh.
Goodness.
Some people are...
This is my new favorite Miyazaki-themed, like, costume ever. Ever!
It's pretty good.
It's perfect. So
Yeah.
tell us, if you know who this person is, we want to know them.
Yes. And, I mean, I think it's great.
I think it's great.
Yeah.
I love it. So...
And the leg just sticks out so perfectly.
So perfect. We can only find 2 pictures. Or
Yeah.
maybe 3?
I've only seen 2. It's like
I don't
you
know
only
how
did it to
this-
one convention or something.
Yeah, wear it to more places. This is the best thing I've ever seen.
I want to know who this is. So, did you have any actors or characters that you want to look like, that you think you look like, that you could cosplay? As?
I have only ever been told that I look like Winona Ryder when she was younger, which I don't really see.
I can kind of see it.
But since I've been told
I mean,
that,
you got the glasses, so that doesn't help. But.
Well, let's see. Since I've been told that maybe 3 or 4 times, I was thinking about someday doing a Winona Ryder costume. Like the huge red wedding dress that she wears in Beetlejuice.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe someday I'll do Winona Ryder.
You can get, yeah.
How about you?
I don't know.
You look a lot like Flynn Rider. Your Flynn Rider
Yes.
costume that you have,
I
have
did do
like
Flynn Rider.
a very similar face shape.
I was a lot younger then, though.
So you've never been told you look like a particular celebrity, really?
Well, I have been told I look like Robert Pattinson at least twice.
Oh, wow.
Obviously that was without scruff or anything. Yeah, my hair was
I can
up and
kind of see it if your
fluffer.
hair was like a little more vampiric.
Yeah, and I was wearing all black when I was told that too. So maybe I don't know.
That's your only. You've got a
But
very like.
and not because of that, but I am wanting to do a Cedric Diggory in his like full Quidditch uniform.
That would be really cool. That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
You should do that. Yeah, because you have. I feel like you have a very like good face. I don't know. You could. I feel like there's a celebrity that you look just like, but I just don't know who they are.
I mean, I have done the David Tennant Doctor.
The same like thinness going on.
Right, I've got the jacket. I just need to get the suit.
Yeah.
I've got fabric for the suit. I just need to make it.
Yeah, and if you can overlap like you looking like someone with a character or costume that you love, that's like.
Yeah.
That's just the bonus.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's why. I mean.
Cedric Diggory would be awesome.
Right. Yeah, and Flynn Rider was so much fun.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's why I would really like to do Winona Ryder in Beetlejuice, because I love her character in that movie.
Yeah.
I don't know. It'd be interesting. I don't think I look that much like her, but...
Well, I mean, I can see why someone would say that.
Because we're both so adorable. But... Anyways, yeah, I'm really surprised that you don't have, like, a list of people.
A list of people? Do you have a list of
No,
people?
I don't have a list of people either.
Several years ago, before I actually got into cosplay, I did like a Wolverine costume for Halloween, and I mean I was like,
So you would have been like 12?
I was like probably like 15, 14, something like that. Yeah.
That's funny.
And I got my hair all up. I put like fake like hair on my... I couldn't grow anything. I made really good claws. And just walking down the street in my town, and there's a guy on the microphone. He's like, "You look just like Hugh Jackman." I was like, "Yeah."
15-year-old Samuel looks just like Hugh Jackman.
Yeah. But yeah, it was. I mean, I had a cigar and everything.
See, if you try hard enough, people just... I doubt you look like Hugh Jackman at 15. But
yeah,
because you put so much
love
and care into your costume,
yeah,
Hugh Jackman was shining through you.
Yeah.
I think that's the moral of the story. Just do your best.
Even if you don't look like the character, you can still act like the character. I mean,
I'm so bad at that though. Like you act and you should be able to do it.
Yeah, but it's
I'm
still
an awkward
hard.
turtle, so
like the easiest one to do is Dandy from American Horror Story.
You just make
all I did was
faces.
look at people. That was so much fun.
So when I did Zelda, she like never talks. So it's really hard to know like...
That makes it almost easier. You just go...
I don't know, but it's hard to like, if you... Say you were going to do a skit or something, you know, a masquerade, and you had a Zelda group, like what would you even do? It'd be tricky. I don't know. That's why I've never entered a masquerade. So now, characters that you can't look anything like.
Animals.
Animals, creatures, monsters. Like Pokemon.
Yeah.
Gijinkas. What do you think about them?
I personally think it's cool. I love
Gijinka. Yeah. Is there any characters or creatures you've ever wanted to maybe do a Gijinka version of? Also, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right.
Yeah. I always thought it was Gijinka, but then I just saw it.
I did too, but it doesn't have an N in it.
Yeah, Gijinka. Well,
Gijinka?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Tell us if we're pronouncing it wrong.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, ones that I'd want to do, I don't know, like, I've always thought doing Jake the dog would be fun.
That'd be cute. How would you do that?
See, I don't know. I feel like I would get like a, kind of like a big kind of mustache. Big, like blonde mustache.
Yes.
And then, I don't know what for that, because he's got those jowls, but I don't know.
That's the tricky thing when it's not a design that's already been made by someone.
Mm-hmm.
So like Cowslip is a really popular artist that does Pokemon Gijinkas.
Yeah.
And that's a really good place to kind of like base a
his
design or costume.
His stuff is pretty...
It's amazing.
Pretty impressive.
I've never even been that into Pokemon, and just seeing those amazing costumes, I want to do one. Yeah. It's really interesting the way you've never thought about doing a character until you see somebody's like Gijinka version of it. My sister and I have always wanted to do Okami, the wolves from Okami, with like a long kimono and like an obi with like flames on it.
That's cool.
Which would be awesome. But then there's also that fear of like, what if people don't know who I am?
Yeah. The thing is, it has to be like, I don't know, it has to like still look like the character enough, but still be human. Obviously.
Sometimes I see, most famously like Jessica Negri's Umbreon. I think she had Umbreon. I did not know who that was because it was just like ears and like a Arabian type outfit, which I didn't even know Umbreon was like an Arabian character. Is she? I don't know. She's just a Pokemon. Do you catch her in the desert?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's really tricky to, like you said, with Jake, you could do the mustache to kind of like get his jowls, but then it's like, how do you translate a dog into real life?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think some people do it so well.
Yeah.
Like Dust Bunny is really famous for her.
Totoro.
Totoro, like ball gown.
So good.
With the little slit sprites like coming out, you know? And it's another, like even with the weird costumes, with the good Gijinkas, like, how do you think of this? Where does it come from?
Yeah, I have a friend who did Maximus, the horse, from
Tangled.
From Tangled. But he had like the whole white horse head and everything. So
fun.
He was still a horse, but he was wearing like a suit. He had like a little medallion. necklace thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been working on Wheatley and GLaDOS from Portal for like ever. I just like can't get them perfect. But the Wheatley, we want to do like the giant head,
I remember
and
you guys
then like
working on
a
that.
suit. But yeah, I normally finish a costume in a month or two, and the Gijinka versions of these characters I've been working on forever, because it's like, how do you translate like a machine into a costume? How do you translate a Pokemon into a costume?
Yeah.
It's really tricky.
Some people just have the talent though to just
very creative.
Look at it and know exactly how to transform it.
Yeah, I think a lot of thought goes into these really good Gijinka versions of costumes.
Yeah.
I just don't have it.
Yeah, it's difficult.
I would love to see other people's Gijinkas. Like, if you're watching this and you've done a Gijinka, send us a link or something.
Us and we might...
We'll feature them.
Yeah.
If anybody sends us one, we'll feature it. Because I love Gijinkas. They're on my mind. Ever since I've never seen Cowslip's work before this week. And now I'm obsessed.
Oh my gosh. So good. Like, now I really want to do Snorlax.
I know. Snorlax is they're all super cute.
Snorlax is my favorite Pokemon.
Some of them are really intense and they look like ninjas.
Yeah. Then the Charmander one?
Yeah.
That was intense.
Yeah. We'll link to Cowslip's work.
Yes.
We'll put some images up here too, because I don't know how I'd never heard of it before. They're very amazing. They're very amazing.
Really detailed.
They look great.
Yeah.
Like I said, sometimes you just see a costume and I've never really been super into Pokemon, but those costumes make me interested in Pokemon.
If there's anything that you guys want us to talk about, any topics or opinions,
we will talk about it
anything,
at length.
Yeah. Let us know.
You can
Comments,
send it to this email address, right?
Email us, yeah. Email is right here and in the link. Send us an email. Tell us what to talk about. Yeah.
Yeah, because we can only think of these things.
We want to make this a group experience. Yeah.
But thank you for watching this week's episode of House Talk with Samuel.
I'm Samuel and Tori.
I'm Tori, and we'll see you again real soon.
Yeah. Maybe not exactly 1 week, but yeah.
In that time zone.
Time frame, yeah.
Yeah. Thanks.
Bye.